When you bite your tongue, you save relationships and your integrity. Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. I'm laughing at that myself because as I wrote that, I went, wow, this is going to be a powerful segment. Before I get going on any of that, though, I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already here or wherever YouTube has placed the button today. Their software changes all the time in their designs. So if you're watching this 3 years from now, 4 years from now, I want you to know you got the right idea. Wherever it is, hit the subscribe button, then hit all directs all of my content to be available to you. And welcome back if this is you tasting more of what the Valiant Lifestyle has to offer you. All right, 3 power moves that stop your mouth before words become weapons. Have you ever heard of your words cut like knives? Have you ever heard the expression, I will cut you with my words? Those are some angry moments, my friend. But wait, pause, breathe, and think about your own value in this and what this will bring. Will this build you up or break you down? Many conversations that we choose to have with people, there are moments in that conversation where you get to decide, I know I have, whether or not I've got to be right or right now. And right now in that, sometimes it's not even worth it. Even though you know you're right, even though you're going to tell your truth, to have a conversation that will hurt that other person. Unless it is meaningful, unless you're doing it with grace, but if you're doing it with malicious intent, it's not a good idea. And it only affects your own integrity. Why? And I've learned this the hard way. Being in situations where I thought, you know what, I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel. And I do. But to add extra ammo, to add extra weaponry, I've juiced my words. I've used words that were actually, well, for lack of better explanation on this one, I used words that I knew that were going to hurt them. And that's not cool. That wasn't cool on my part, because that's anger. That was anger within me. Translate anger into curiosity. Why are you reacting this way? This, as a safety consultant, will save you billions of moments wasted on arguing with another person, another guy, about whether or not he's doing work safely, or whether or not they're doing that to the right procedure, with the right procedure in mind. Here's how I work my day-to-day life when it comes to really focusing on what is needed. And I learned this in my career. And it was, if I'm going to tell somebody or I'm going to broach a situation where I feel like the worker is not doing what they're doing safely, but I don't know their entire job, I don't know all of what they do, I do know their procedures, I do know the safe working limits of what they're doing, but I don't know the ins and outs of it because I'm not that tradesperson. So what I would do is I would go in with questions. Hey, tell me about what you're doing. Okay. And they're happily going to tell you about it. Tell me about how you would go step by step to do what you're doing now. Tell me what this end of the project looks like. Tell me about how you would tack these welds on. Tell me how you would pull cable into a JB, into a building junction box. Tell me how you would plow this row in this mine in a certain contour and what that would look like. I want to know more about it with curiosity. And then I can start to learn much more about what they're doing, but they also feel heard. I'm hearing them, I'm listening, and I'm stepping up to lead the conversation in a way where maybe I have the wrong impression and they're actually doing what they're doing right. See, in life, we judge. And when it comes to our own family and our kids and our wives, they most likely have the right intent. And I have found out both the hard way and the right way to approach that situation by using my career as a way to do this and ask questions, because maybe they were going about it all right. They were just doing it in a way that meant, well, doing it in a way that made sense to them. And it didn't look like it was making sense to you. The end result, is it going to be the same? Is it still going to be the right? Is it still going to be safe? Is it still going to honor their ability to grow? Are they going to struggle a little bit and get a little bit upset at themselves? All of that is okay. What you're doing, what I find you're doing, my man, when I do this, is I'm validating, I'm listening, I'm present, I'm engaging, I'm leading, and I'm supporting. I am supporting, and this is huge. And what this will do for you is when you get the feedback from them, where they find that situation that you've approached them in. See it's your daughter or your son, and you're just there to support. But meanwhile, you think they're doing something and completely wrong, only to learn that they're doing it their own way. It's unorthodox the way you would do it, and you learned something by it. But you've heard the whole thing. This is what I'm doing, Daddy. This is how I'm doing it. I did it this way because I thought this and this and this. How many of you have thought that before, gotten that response and went, oh, okay. Same with your wife. Same with your wife when you think you were going in to stir up strife. You got out of it though, because you were there, supported, present, and leading the conversation. Speak with purpose, not pressure. Choose what your voice builds, not what it bursts. Going in to a situation like this as well, be calm. Be assertive, but be calm. Because the moment you start to crack and fall apart and get agitated and upset, they'll feel it and they'll start going into that as well. And the next thing you know, it starts to escalate. It starts to get worse. All right. Comment, I speak with intention. I speak with intention. If you refuse to let what tempers define your testimony, if you choose to not let your temper define that moment in a negative way, this spoke to you, didn't it? I want you to go one step further. I want you to book a call with me, a coaching call, and let's do 30 minutes complimentary by you going to thevaliantlifestyle.com and booking that call. See you on the other side. Let's do this.